Hi everyone, this is Maureen from Wayne College Library, and if you're watching this video, chances are your instructor or instructors have required you to complete the Library 201 online lessons for information literacy and library research. So this video is going to demonstrate how you can enroll in the class and get started. So let's take a look. If you're required to complete the Library 201 lessons, the first thing you're going to need to do is enroll in the online course in Brightspace. Now, if you're on the Wayne College Library's website, we do provide a link to do this on our website under Information Literacy, and then there's a link to go directly into enrolling into the Library 201 course. Now, if you're in Brightspace, you can also enroll in the class by logging into Brightspace, and then on the navigation bar, select Discover, and then type in Library 201, and then locate it on the list. Either way, you'll come to this page where it has Library 201 and a course description and a link to enroll in the course. So select Enroll in Course, and then you'll receive a message that says you are successfully enrolled, and just go ahead and select OK. Once you're enrolled in the course, you'll have the option then to open your course and start working. Before you start diving into the lessons and working on them, take a moment to review the welcome message that has a lot of background information and instructions on how to get started. But I'll go ahead and demonstrate each of the elements as I go through. Now, to get started, you'll want to review the navigation bar and see all the different pieces to this course. You could always come back to the course home. Content is where the lessons will be located. Quizzes will be where your quizzes are located, and there is a survey that you'll be required to complete once, and we ask that you just complete it once. It's a demographic survey that we use for statistics, and it's very short, it should only take you a few minutes. There is a link to get your awards, which would be the certificates that you will earn for completing each of the 6 lessons, and then links to Brightspace Help. So to get started, go ahead and start by following the link to content. This is a very standard format for a Brightspace classroom where your navigation is located with your table of contents on the left panel of your screen, and you can navigate each of the 6 lessons there. To get started, we recommend that you start with lesson 1. You may not be required to take all the lessons, so just go ahead and look at your syllabus and see what's required for your instructor. But if you start with lesson 1, it will populate the information in the right side frame. And it would be a good idea just start at the beginning, and there will be a number of content modules here that you'll either read through or there may be a video, and there's also self-checks. And so you're expected to start at the beginning, and for example, for this piece of content, you're going to go ahead and just read the introduction. And then you can use these arrow keys to navigate. So I'm going to navigate forward, and I'm going to go ahead and look at the learning outcomes and go ahead and start reading the content. And you may want to take notes if you wanted to. But you can see that there's a number of screens that you'll want to read through. And then when you're all done, you'll be prompted to take a quiz. So, okay, and I've reached the conclusion. And at the conclusion, it does say there's a link that takes me to the quiz, and then also the survey. And again, you just need to take the survey once. But I can go ahead and go to my quiz and start taking the quiz by clicking on Start Quiz. All the questions are multiple choice, and the quiz is not timed, so you can go ahead and take your time. You can go in and out of the quiz. Just make sure that you save your answers. And our quizzes are open computer. So if you wanted to have multiple tabs open and review the content while you're completing the quiz, that is perfectly acceptable. The only thing that we ask is that you don't ask other students for help. Go ahead and reach out to the librarians, and we would be happy to help you, especially if you take the quizzes more than once and you don't get a satisfactory score, you can reach out to us and we'll go over your results with you and help you and give you some advice. The goal for the quizzes is to achieve at least a 70%, and you do have multiple attempts on these quizzes. So if you're not successful, don't worry. You will be able to take the quiz again, but you do want to get 70% on the quiz in order to achieve the certificate for that lesson. At any point, you can go to the quizzes link on the navigation bar to review how you're doing on the various quizzes for the lessons. So I'm going to follow the link to quizzes. And then here is a summary of how I've done on the quizzes so far. And then each lesson is listed. And then I see that I've attempted one attempt on the quiz for lesson 1. And I can review this by selecting the downward arrow and then looking at my submissions so I can review how I did on the quizzes. So I'm going to click on submissions, and then I see that on my first attempt on lesson 1's quiz, I achieved 11 out of 11. So I had 100% on this quiz. Since I've achieved 100% and I've gone through all of the content on that lesson and completed all of my self-checks in that lesson, I can then complete the survey. And then once I complete the survey, I'll achieve a certificate for that lesson. And I've already completed the survey. So at this point, I can come over here to where it says awards and review my certificates that I've achieved so far. And then what I want to do is, if I just want to see the awards available for this course, I can remove this check mark and just see what I have so far. So far I have one certificate that I've completed lesson 1, and I can open this up and it tells me how I did, and then I can generate a certificate. It opens up as a PDF. And then now I can go ahead and save this certificate and turn it into any of the instructors that have required me to complete these modules and lessons. If at any time you have questions or concerns while you're working through the lessons, you can send an email to this email address here, and then make sure in the subject line you note which lesson you're working on. So just type in Library 201 Lesson 4 and let us know what you need help with. Or you can always come to the Wayne College Library's homepage and ask us a question here. If we're open, our chat box is always available, so you can go ahead and chat with us, or you can link to our contact information, and you can either send us an email, text, or chat, or give us a call, and we'd be happy to help you with the lessons. Good luck, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any issues at all.